Okay, we're synced. We're here. Welcome back to episode 40 of the Unirrelevant Podcast.
Take two.
Take fucking two. We just got new equipment, so, y'all know how it goes up in here. Trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, we haven't had a hiccup like that in a while.
Yeah.
We were getting too comfortable.
It was a hefty hiccup, man.
The universe was like, fuck you ain't figured this out yet.
It's a hefty fucking hiccup. That's
Yeah,
all
it
I can
was.
say. Let me turn you the fuck up. Oh, I can't now. Great.
Oh, I'm locked in.
I guess so.
Oh, well.
Well, I just got to turn you up on here.
Oh.
Hopefully that brings you up. Go ahead and say something.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm very loud in
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Well, that's just I just got to turn that down.
That's
Yeah.
much better.
Oh, yeah. It looks
I like it.
gravy. So, new software. We got new hardware. The ZI-10FX. Blessed to us by the great Sweetwater Sound. You need any equipment, go to them for real. I don't even have a promo code. This isn't like...
Yeah, no sponsor, no nothing. It's just we finally found a decent website. We can
Yeah.
get decent fucking equipment. We're done with the fucking Amazon gambles.
Mhm. Yeah.
It was all right to start.
We have our own audio representative, like technician. You know what I mean? I call in, I ask for fucking Brian, and that's who I deal with every time.
So when I call for my mic and the booms, just ask for Brian.
Ask for Brian.
Okay.
Tell him Unirrelevant Studios sent you. Your co-host, and you're in there, dog. You're
All right.
fucking in there like swimwear, dog.
All right.
Yeah, it's super exciting. Hell, in other news, we got our Patreon coming up really soon. I'm just gonna bust all this stuff out of the way. Jesse has
Yeah, do
a
that.
lot to get into.
Yeah.
So first off on my list, Patreon is coming soon. With that, we're gonna have merchandise for y'all. We're gonna have cups, hats, stickers, fucking hoodies, socks, whatever y'all want. Place the order within the same day I get an order. I'll be putting it in, and we'll be having that out to y'all with no time. We're gonna be using ShipStation, so you know that shit's gonna show up. We got a fucking website being built. Shit's happening. Like, we're at 100 subs, motherfuckers. We told y'all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much. And we told y'all this was gonna happen. I knew from day one it was gonna take about a year to get our feet under us. And look, here we are. I'm a fucking prophet. You know what I'm saying? It's hard work. It's hard work. We do it every single day. And when we're not in here, I know me, man, my brain doesn't shut the fuck up. I'm always thinking about what can I bring to the podcast. You know what I mean? And shit, all of our listeners I know have noticed your efforts.
Yeah,
You know what I
my
mean?
my brain's been a little turned off on that for the past couple weeks, but we'll fill you in
Yeah.
a little bit about that.
We'll get to that. So now that we're at 100, yeah, right. So now that we're at 100 subs, we are unveiling our 100 sub giveaway. I don't have all the details on that yet as to what's going to be included in that, but I know it's big. We got a Blue Yeti mic. We got the Notepad 5 analog mixer. We got cables. I mean, basically anything you need to start your own podcast is going to be in there. So look out for that. We're going to need you to like, subscribe, share the fuck out of that. Whoever shares gets the most traction. You're going to be up there. Like, every time you get somebody to like or subscribe, that's an entry. So if you can tell, hey, 5 people, go like, subscribe, and leave a comment, that's 1, 2, 3 per 5. That's 15 entries into the sweepstakes giveaway, which is going to be around $500 worth of stuff. I mean, just the Blue Yeti mic itself is $100. Notepad 5, $350. Cables, bro, it's getting there quick, and we ain't even talking about our 1K yet. Oh boy, look out for that. But the only way it's gonna happen is if you guys help us out. That's what it's all about. Seeding that information, getting it out to your friends. It all means so much to us, because at the end of the day, for me, for Jesse, this is about sharing consciousness. That's all we're here for, right?
You kind of shocked me with the amount of details because I had other visions.
Talk about it. What are you saying?
We were going to wait to do that giveaway on the bigger number.
What giveaway? The Yeti?
The audio equipment.
What?
You don't remember that?
No.
Shalon's the one that mentioned it. Do a smaller package. Bring that one up when it's the 5 or the 1,000.
I mean, there's
Because
gonna
every
be...
time we do a giveaway, we're gonna have to step it up.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That was a little curveball into where I was going. Thanks for that.
Dude, you threw me the curveball first.
I didn't throw you a curveball.
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying the
did.
same shit I've said since day one.
You didn't say on take one.
Well, that's because I felt like it needed to be added in. It does, though. Like, you know, we're all right. So, again, we haven't figured out exactly what's going in this 100 sub giveaway, but it's going to be a lot. We're not fucking cheapskates. We're not fucking skimping around. As y'all can tell, this place is fucking expensive, man. This shit's expensive. Fucking working 40, 50 hours a week just to
Get in there. I'm about to fucking call a tax guy and be like, look, what can we do here? Fucking dropping money on this. Can we get some kind of deductible? Something. Like, we're taking it to the next fucking level.
Yeah. No, you're not even kidding, dude.
Yeah, no, I really want to contact somebody.
Yeah. And talking about next level.
Or if anyone's got like a reference to a good tax guy,
Yeah.
like, please drop it.
Yeah, for sure.
Help us out, please.
And while we're on that subject, this goes out to all the young, up and coming. If you want a podcast, if you want to, work on audio production, a video, hit us up. Instagram, Facebook, none of that matters. Just hit us up, and it all matters. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to. Jesus Christ, I'm getting a phone call right now. So, yeah, out to all the young up and coming artists.
If you got passion in producing,
yeah,
feel free, reach out. We may have a spot for you.
Yep, and it's not gonna be no fucking slacking shit. Like, this is very professional. We'll have you'll have your own kiosk. You'll be in control of the whole vision. I just want to pass on to you my ideas. He'll pass on your ideas, and then you, the artist, make it happen.
Yeah, just gotta find a teammate.
And of course, there's money involved.
Come on.
Yeah. So, our first rise of the glass today goes out to all the fans,
Thank
all
you,
the listeners. Thank you all so much for getting us here.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Keep fucking going from here, baby.
That is the last of it.
It's the first one of the day. Oh,
it's the first of the day and the last of the bottle.
Yeah, there's more bottles, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I went through my bottles so fast.
Yeah, you bought your bottle when I was already...
Yeah. At least halfway, I think.
Yeah, yours is already gone?
It's gone. Gonski. It's good, dude. What can I say?
It is.
Oh, you know what? One other thing real quick. Before we get into the very serious subjects that we'll be getting into, and please stick around for those. There's going to be some heart-wrenching moments, some real heart-warming moments, beautiful bonding, family. It's all coming. But before that, shout out to the Dab Den, Kittery, Maine. Yo, wedding pie right here, hands down, some of the best weed I've ever had in my life. I know you've heard me say this 20 fucking times now, but I'm finding a hard way to say it's not the best weed I've had ever. Now, I know, saying that, it's like, oh, everybody says that. No. I am being very biased towards my own thinking in this. Like, I'm trying to shut down my own thought of, like, this might be the best weed. But it might be the best weed I've ever had. It's fucking good, dude. Tastes so good. 1 or 2 puffs and I'm Gonski. If we didn't fuck up yesterday's episode, y'all would have seen.
Yeah.
See this thing here? Yeah, this was a full joint, and I got to that, and I couldn't talk anymore.
You'll finish that halfway through this, and you won't be able to talk.
That's all right. You can do most of the talking this episode. This one goes out to you.
I mean, I did quite a bit of talking on take 1.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you were killing it.
Yeah.
You were killing it.
There would have been some good sound bites, but disregard that.
Well, I can still do something with it. It's just gonna. That's why we need another producer, because the time that I spend just putting it on YouTube, I could spend making the funny clips and isolating and doing all that fun stuff. But I can't do that because everything's on my back, and I just can't do everything because I'm only one human being with a fucking dream. What?
Dream big, motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. Dream big, work hard.
Yeah, I was thinking about the podcast today and like how my work schedule is changing because of the situation I'm about to drop on y'all. I'm like, man, if I only work half days, I mean, yeah, I go to the hospital every day. Wink, wink. Let me get a puff of that.
Foreshadowing.
But if I'm only gonna be working a half day, like I might have a little more time here. I'm like, oh, maybe we can really just try to step it up a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm working on the logo.
I'd love to teach you, buddy. Is the screen recorder going?
I don't know. You should double check that shit
Maybe not.
and pull up IG so those pictures will be ready in the video.
Yep, there we go.
Countdown begins where Damien lives off.
So, let's get to. What
are we getting into?
To this
You want to do that first?
first, yeah.
First? Alrighty. My boy, Eric. He came on here once. He was the second guest, but, we had a big hiccup. He wasn't in video except his hand passing the joint. We're very sorry, but, he understands, like...
Take 2 coming, motherfuckers. We ain't even fucking around.
Another take 2 with Eric.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's coming up. He's coming up for a vacation, actually. He came up here on Sad News the first time. He had a family member pass away, so it was a short visit.
Yeah.
But he's coming up here on happier terms. I'll save those details when he comes in here, because right now it's just for a week, but he's trying to push 2 weeks.
Okay.
He's probably going to bunk here with me. I'm going
Well,
to give him his truck. And
we need a podcast as much as possible while he's here.
oh, yeah.
Bro, I don't care if we do it daily and fucking upload it all at once. I don't care.
His boy Sammy's coming out,
We
too.
gotta get a lot of footage with him this time. Eric is fucking gold. Like, you guys don't know him that well yet because of that episode. Like, we were in the infant stages when we did that episode. And again, we apologize for all of that. So, this next one, it's going to be top fucking notch. And you guys are going to see how fucking awesome Eric Daly is and why we call him best friend.
Yeah, that fucking beer. I've known this guy since 7th grade. And he moved to Washington a few years ago now. Just looking for new, better life.
Living the dream.
Yeah, wanted to adventure. And, he saw an opportunity. And like anyone who sees opportunities, fucking take them. And he fucking did. He didn't procrastinate on it. He didn't double think it. He didn't stay here.
That's
and
right.
he's fucking living his life out there. I'm so fucking jealous. All those windy ass roads he rides his fucking motorcycle. He's always fucking sending me, and all the fucking beautiful mountains of him fucking snowboarding, because there's like no humidity out there. The snow out there is just fucking powder.
Yeah.
It's fucking perfect. Here it's slush.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
fucking disgusting and gross.
You're going and going, and next thing you know, you're rolling and rolling.
Just fucking tumbling down the mountain. But yeah, he's coming out. I'm fucking super excited.
Me too, man.
His boy Sammy's coming out for a couple days. We met him out in college. He's good shit. He's fucking funny. You used to love tripping, so you'll have a good conversation with him.
That'll be a first time for me meeting Sammy. I'm excited though. As I even said this past weekend, fucking any friend of yours is a friend of mine. Like I don't really trust people's judgment that much, but yours I do trust. I mean, hell yeah. I'm one of your closest friends, so you got to have good character judgment. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised you haven't busted my balls about being a best man. It's been a while.
It's not up to me.
I know. You've
Yeah.
busted my chaps a couple times.
It
You're
was
like,
once.
"Hey."
It was one time, and it was on the podcast, entirely recorded and out there for everyone to see.
Was it? I thought it was off.
No,
record.
it was on
It
the
was on?
podcast.
Oh yeah, maybe.
The whole thing was on the podcast, bro. So no, listen, that's not up to me, dude. You're gonna make your decision, and whatever you do, I'm gonna be there to support you. It's not up to me to,
I know.
you know. Just like it wasn't up to Steven to take your shot.
But apparently he thought it was.
And apparently you think I think it was.
Huh? That doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't know, man. But you just said that I gave you shit about it a couple times, so I'm saying apparently you thought that I was thinking that I deserve to be best man.
No, I just thought you would have been fucking with me a lot more about it.
Why?
Because you're Damien.
Yeah, but
You fuck with me in all angles of my life.
All right, but it's your marriage, man. I want you to have your best experience from that. I don't want to.
All right, if you're not gonna be best man, you want to be flower boy?
No.
Come on, any position I give you, you're gonna be phenomenal.
I
You'll be.
want to be a flower boy for my best friend's fucking wedding, dude. What the fuck?
I've just seen some funny ass men do it. I'm like,
I'm
dude, I can see
sure.
Damien doing that.
I'm sure it's great.
Mhm.
I mean, whatever.
Anyways.
If that's what you need me to do, that's what I'll do.
No. I have a pretty good idea
Well,
of
I just can't
knowing
wait.
what I want.
That's good. I
Yeah.
just can't wait until we're all on the other side of that
Marriage?
aisle. Yeah.
Oh.
You know? Like, see, I I just assume I'm already married. You know what I mean? As in, like, the idealistic thing of what a marriage is, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not in a relationship to possibly one day not be in it. And, you know, maybe that's why I get so upset at things sometimes, is because, like, I do put in a lot of effort, you know? And when stuff doesn't, when, like, there's that repetitive stuff, you know, it's like, it's for nothing. And then it's, I don't know where I'm going with this, but there's a lot there.
Damien has left the building.
Hey, you know, I'm letting it out as it comes through my mind.
I know, but that's usually the first sign to show how high you are. You'll get on a track and then, shit, where am I going with this? Damn, I forgot.
Well, that's because there's so much there, like this thing, you know? It's just always colliding and branching, and, you know, the best way I can describe it is, like, my psyche is like an infinite amount of perspectives trying to agree with each other. Now, I know that probably sounds psycho as fuck.
Your head sounds like, what's that fucking room all the congressmen get into and they just fucking debate and bicker?
Oh, the
Fucking-
Senate
what's that?
floor?
Something like that. Yeah, someone can correct me on
the
that. but
UN.
that's
UN
how
building?
that's what I pictured when you mentioned your brain.
Yeah. No, that's literally how it is. You know what I mean? It's like all different.
All different yous. You're in the center, just talking to you, and you have all your fucking emotions, opinions, and fucking perspectives, all fucking bickering, and you're just like, "What's going on?"
Well, I think I have a good handle
you do.
on it. I think I got a good handle on it, but I definitely. So I just try to, like, the core me wants to include all of it, but it also wants to find a way to where none of that matters. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
Kinda.
It's yin and yang, dude. It's such a that you know, I said it to Roy recently. He was talking about, you know, his mind, him you know, being very deep into thought, you know, and then that's where I was like, you know, the more you know, the harder it is the harder it is to know. You know what I mean? Like, the more you know, the more conscious you are of, like, consciousness, the more you see how much every little thing can impact it. You know what I mean? The more, it's like when you look at a drop of water, are you seeing every single ripple, or do you just see the ripples go out? As to where the more conscious you are, you see every single ripple. It's like if I were to look at this keyboard and at one time be able to see all of the keys, right? When you're in the moment, you just see the key you're looking at, or surrounding keys, right? Your perception is this very small bubble compared to everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what, like, that's where a lot of consciousness is in this thing. But the more aware of you are, the more you see, the more difficult it becomes to deal with it, to find that balance, to comprehend it all.
Well, yeah, because you're leaving yourself open.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it takes a lot more strength to filter through it begins with a P.
Perceive?
No. When you're taking in information, for you to fully understand. No, there's another one. You take information until it takes a while for you to fully understand it. Like what I've been going through the past 3 weeks.
To
process.
Okay.
Process.
Oh my goodness, I was thinking of something like more syllables.
So yeah, when your ripples are so far out of how much you're paying attention to,
right.
When you get information within that view, you're being very open, so it usually takes longer to process.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just agreeing with how you're also explaining it, but in my way.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you could be looking at two separate informations coming in.
Right.
So it just adds to.
So imagine doing that in your own mind with what feels like an infinite amount of informations, different points of view of the same information, like different perspectives. You know what I mean? It's like when I realized that I was so attached to my ego, even as a younger male, like teenage years, when I first really started opening my mind, I trained myself very diligently to look at other points of view before I accepted what I was feeling. You know what I mean? Because a feeling is a symptom of how something affected your ego. Ego is the root of it.
Yeah.
The idea that you're yourself. These emotions are symptoms of whatever transpires. You know what I mean?
Yeah, however your ego is built.
Right. Some people call them, psychotic. They already know. It's like, it's crazy because, like, when you listen to a person with real psychosis, like their mind is snapped, they themselves don't exist. It's really only the idea.
Their minds have snapped, or they can't handle, I don't want to say reality, but
I'm saying somebody, I watched this interview. It was on YouTube. It was like 40 minutes. And this guy, you can tell, like, just he's very emotionless. Like, he's very, like, almost catatonic. Like, he doesn't really move. He only, responds to ideas with ideas. And I can understand that in a way, because when the ego is entirely dissolved, all's there is idea. You know what I mean? Like, but that idea is originally generated from, environment and what you grow up in. But when you yourself are removed, nothing you went through matters. All you see is ideas as in a completely objective space. So, like, when I'm there, I can put myself inside the mind of a child, or say, let's just keep it simple. Somebody in my age, my body height, maybe they live in, the Congo, right? So, what are the issues that person deals with on a day-to-day basis, right? And then when, I figure that out, I then present that model of a person. I present that with the issue that I'm dealing with in the moment, or maybe I'm reflecting on it, but that idea, or that issue. And I would idealize how that person would deal with it. And then I do that for all kinds of people across the world. I mean, bro, I've only been between Ohio, Massachusetts, and Florida now, right? But I've met a lot of people, a lot of different perspectives, religions. I mean, bro, I spent 6 months living with a devout Wiccan who was able. I mean, mind you, I was in a place where I was just absorbing information, so I wasn't able to discern myself and find out what was true or not. But she was able to, bring to fantasy in my mind, and even in the way I felt about, like the dead and just souls and how they interact, and like the electric field that we're all surrounded in, which scientifically is called mycelium, but to a Wiccan it's the ether. Like there's all these words that mean the same things, but through a different perspective they're given a different definition.
Yeah, like religion.
Exactly. When you get rid of the ego, all you're left with is what mathematicians do. They simplify. You're left with this simplified thing of, well, it's just an idea that, and that causes this sort of reaction, and then you can manipulate things a little. Not manipulate, but you just see the effect that everything has, and
you can understand,
right? And to get back to where I started, the more you understand, the harder it is to truly like fit in.
Who cares about fitting in these days after the age of 21?
No. It's not like fit in socially. I mean, like, to just
fit into who you are.
Yeah.
Because how most people, they say, live your 20s. That's the time you figure out who you are.
Who are we?
I'm about to be 30. I'm getting there.
like, who are we, though?
I'm Jesse.
Right, but at the end of it, if we don't if we don't crack the code of immortality before we die, in this amount of time, do you have enough to truly leave an impact? You know what I mean? Like, who are you in this mass multiverse, Mr. Strange? You remember that? From the movie Doctor Strange, the Ancient One says that to him. Who are you in this mass multiverse?
I haven't watched that one in a while. So.
You should rewatch it after this kind of conversation.
Should. Actually, no, with the second one coming out, I should probably rewatch it.
It's that movie, just for the idealism, to me is one of the greatest movies of all time ever made. Like, so good, dude.
Bet you're pumped for number 2.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. Mm-hmm. Although number 2 is, I'm so pumped for it, 100%. Number 2 is going to be so much comic material.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, the reason why I was so excited for number 1 was because it was his introduction, and now we know who he is. But, dude, the Doctor Strange comic books were some of the most philosophical. Like, dude, you grow up reading that shit, you're getting the same information that like Buddhist priests, teach and shit like that. Like, not just Buddhist priests, but the core foundations of religion and philosophy, idealism, morality, like all that's there. Kind of like how we got it from Dragon Ball. We got a lot from Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes the Marvel comics so intense, as to where DC's dark and Marvel is intense and insightful, because it's dude, like, if you really break it down, every character is a idea. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. It's just an idea. And that idea grows into becoming these personified things that we call characters. It's such a beautiful thing, man.
And yet they all intertwine.
Yeah.
It's a small little world.
Not just like an idea. Imagine like, all right, so if you look at like the top tier, okay? We don't have to pull it up. The top tier of the Marvel comics. All right, I'll pull it up.
I might need visuals. Because again, I have a hard time following like you do. I like visuals.
So I want to see. All right, no, Cosmic.
Marvel Cosmic characters. So is this basically just rating baddest?
No. So no, nothing like that. At
So
all.
what kind of tier is this?
So that's not giving them to me either. All right, so Galactus, he's one of them. Okay, here's one. The Living Tribunal. All right, the Living Tribunal is the embodiment of, the three perspectives that at basic consciousness. 1, defend yourself. 2, survive. 3, love or experience. It doesn't have to be love, but just forward thought, basically. But there's a whole bunch of them. Not a whole bunch, but I'm trying to find.
Like, have you seen a certain graph of what you're trying to find?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. So, all right, so this right here, this is eternity. It's the embodiment of all time and space. Okay, it's an idea.
Mm-hmm.
There is fate. There's chaos. There is and this honestly what Thanos is his whole thing has been against this tier of character. But why isn't it not giving them all to me? Cosmic Marvel characters. Maybe it'll come up like that. It's so hard to like see, dude. The art is incredible.
You'd maybe have to actually find like a website, not just images.
Yeah, I can do that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Ranking 19 most powerful
cosmic characters. Yeah, but this is gonna give us
someone's point of view.
This is gonna give us okay, Oblivion. The Celestials, right? Hold on. Okay, Lord Chaos and Master Order. These are two, and they're concepts.
Mm-hmm.
But they literally control the fabrics. Eternity, Infinity, and Abraxas. Yep. And these are all fucking philosophical ideas, bro. That's literally entity's power far rivals the Infinity Gauntlet. Living Tribunal is considered to be an embodiment of the entire universe. Is also the spokesperson for the one above all. While the Living Tribunal is boundless in its cosmic power, it isn't quite powerful as the next character. The Beyonder, Death, one above all, Protege. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's what makes the Marvel comics so intense. I just rolled together so many, or two different things. That was fun.
Yeah.
So I got a video to pull up here.
All right. So from y'all, our last recording was February 19th. And how we end up leaving, for y'all to remember. If don't, go back, check it out. This will make more sense. Is we were leaving for my gender reveal up at my buddy's house. He's got 100 acres. We can do whatever the fuck we want up there. It's all legal.
Check this out.
Children's don't try this at home. We're not trained professionals, but
Shh.
safety's first.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's a boy.
Y'all see that?
And it's just very funny of how it went boom, and it looks like a big cock with blue balls.
I'm going to play it again. I'm going to try to pause it right on the cock and balls.
Right on the cock and balls.
Ready?
Yeah, right there. And for the record,
That's it. That's better.
I was not taking the shot. That's another debate in its own. I should have been, but it is what it is. Our buddy Steven, the landowner, was taking the shot. Well, not the landowner.
I want everybody to go in the comments and roast Steven for this.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
I want everybody to roast him for stealing this father's.
Dude, in the
shot.
beginning, him and Pete were like, "You're gonna take the shot." I'm like, "Damn straight, I'm gonna take the shot."
Yeah,
It's my fucking gender reveal.
I even told him there. I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like,
and then when we got there, I was getting ready. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Aren't we doing this? I'm getting ready to take the shot." He's like, "No. This is all my money. I bought that. This and that." Like, fucking, I didn't fight him for it.
It's my baby. He's like, "Oh, it's my powder."
Yeah, you can shoot mine. My gender reveal. Bitch, I wouldn't want to do that to you, but and guess what? It's going to happen now.
Nah, two blind eyes don't make the world see.
But to help you guys roast him, the motherfucker missed 18 times.
Yeah. and he couldn't fucking hit it.
He was using a tripod off the hood of his truck.
I mean,
and it's
we hit the disc out there. He couldn't hit. What?
Yeah. Oh, what was it? 150 yards?
Yeah, at least.
To that rocket? 150, 160 yards to that shot.
And we put up these big saw blades out there, fucking 16-inch saw blades. Hit those all day long.
No, bigger. It was like 26 or 28.
There's a one, but no, I'm talking. There's some smaller ones down there, 16 inches. I don't think there's any 12s, but there's at least two.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember when I went down there, I picked up like 4 of them, put them back on the rock, and I know it's been a while since I did
They probably fell down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But they were there when I went down.
Yeah. That motherfucker blames the new fucking red dot scopy he bought. He's like, "Oh, I didn't sight it in." I'm like, "You're
blame whatever you want. Blame whatever you want. You fucking missed 18 times.
Who would want to take that shot without sighting in? Like, come on, man.
What? It wasn't important enough?
Apparently not. His ego got in the way.
It did. It really did. He's like, "I want to make it go boom."
He's like, "I don't need to sight this in. I got this. I know my own gun."
It's all right, man. That's your best man right there.
Yeah, but so after last episode, that's what we did. We went to go blow some shit up, have some fun. Actually, the cop showed up too. That was fucking hilarious. Everything was fine. But one of the neighbors didn't agree. But you know what?
I was gone. I had literally left maybe 40 minutes prior.
Yeah, it's private property, but all the neighbor could do was complain.
Yeah.
Of course, the officer just had to check in, do his job.
What'd he say? He's like, "Yeah, we've got complaints before, but we never knew how to get here.
Yep.
We couldn't find the place."
Yeah, now they know the place.
That was a big enough boom. They found it.
I don't know if the boom pointed it out, but for that trooper just
figured
knew.
it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it only makes sense. It's not a fucking road right there out of nowhere. It says dead end,
And there is a mailbox.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, let's just pull in here and travel up and see where this goes.
Right.
You end up finding the house.
Right.
He was surprised at how far up it was. He's like,
"Oh, yeah.
Shit, it's nice up here."
Dude, bombing that hill on a quad is so fun.
And then when, the owner of the land was there, Pete, and fucking, he's the one that took care of the situation, talked to the cop and everything. He's like, "Dude, that's a nice ass backdrop." He's like, "You have a whole fucking mountain. You couldn't be any fucking safer."
Yeah, legit.
Yeah, it's not like your typical backyards, people piling up wood, because then you can still go over that. You can't go over that unless you're a dumbass, literally shooting straight up.
Yeah.
And if you're doing that, you shouldn't even have a firearm in your hand.
Yeah, that's a mountain, my guy. Granted, we are also on top of a mountain. This drops down
for
a
the
good
viewers,
70 feet.
Even for the viewers looking at the top of the trees, it's still mountain behind that.
Yeah.
That's not the highest point.
It definitely gets higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing behind that for fucking miles. But yeah.
So after I left, how did the rest of the night go?
It's pretty good. Laid back. Just hung out inside. It was fucking cold up there.
Yeah.
What was it, 28 degrees or something?
I mean, after you got home.
I was popping questions.
Well, yeah.
All right, got home, did the normal. It was a Sunday night. Got Cameron in bed and stuff. We went to bed. Shalana ended up waking up at 11 o'clock. She had cramps. She's pregnant. She's 23 weeks, 5 days pregnant. So, Braxton Hicks, right? That's how you say it?
Braxton Hicks.
Braxton Hicks.
Right.
Are normal in pregnancy. So she woke up. She went down to the living room because she didn't want to bother me. She didn't want to wake me up. But come 1 o'clock a.m., so now it's Monday morning, they weren't getting any better. They were getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
So she came back upstairs and woke me up saying, something's wrong. I don't know what's going on. I jump out of bed, trying to figure out the situation. She wants to go back down in the living room because it was very painful just to be upstairs, the position she was in.
Oh, I'm sure.
So we made our way back down to the living room. She sat down in her comfortable position, and I'm talking to her. I'm trying to figure out what hurts and everything. So she's just still saying lower abdomen.
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 Anyways, her tummy was hurting. Being pregnant, it's very scary. So, you know what? You want me to call 911? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, just say the words and I got it. Because I was already dialing it. She's like, call him. I was like, calling. Called 911. Called for an ambulance. And in our town, there's the fire department split up in 2 districts.
Okay.
We're District 2. I am only bringing this up because I think it's a little funny that, when I was talking to him, he's starting to get the information, address, all that. And he's like, hold on one moment. I'm going to leave the phone, but stay on the line because I have to go start the truck. I kind of laughed at that when he said that, but I understand. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. And District 1 probably is the bigger building. Anyways, he shows up. He's starting to collect his information like any trained EMT is doing, blood pressure, all that. Shortly after that, a police officer shows up as witness and just, back up and all that safety shit. I'm, of course, by my fiance's side. She's answering questions. A few minutes later, District 1 shows up with 2 other guys and 1 female. Because my fiance being a female, so there's
you gotta have a female presence.
Yeah, for people that like to be. Yeah, we don't need to get into that. So she takes the lead. Is actually starting to do more of the hands-on, checking her stomach, asking her questions, checking with the first EMT guy to get caught up in the data, and that's when I saw there was enough people there. I'm like, all right, she's in good hands. I stepped out of the room, went to call Cameron's father, to let him know, we're going to the hospital. We need you to come get your son.
Mm-hmm.
So he jumped out of bed, was on his way. Of course, he tried getting information, but halfway through him being on the phone when I was in the other room, just in the kitchen, my fiance just screams my name, Jesse! So I go running back into the room by the couch side where she was sitting at, and there's a little baby sitting in the EMT's hand. I went white. I remember every EMT, everyone in that room's faces went white. No one saw it coming. 23 weeks, 5 days. But my little boy just couldn't fucking wait.
He's seen us having such a good time at the gender reveal party. He's like, you know what? I need to hang out with these people really bad.
Yeah.
Man, that's a hell of an experience.
So
dude.
that's partially why it's taken us some time to reach out to you guys again, because it has been 3 weeks.
It's been a very hectic day by day.
Yep. My son did just turn 3 weeks old today. He is happy. He's healthy. But being a micro preemie, being born sooner than 28 weeks, he is in critical condition. He is fighting an infection in his gut. He's given us 2 scares. Obviously, the first one is when he decided to come to us so soon. Because it took them about 12 hours to stabilize his breathing, which was like the main focus at the time. His heart was doing all right, but the lungs are the last thing to be developed. So coming out so small, he was 12.2 inches, 1 pound, 8 ounces. Being that small, your lungs aren't ready to work.
No way.
Yeah. But after 12 hours, failing of 2 respiratory machines, they finally found one. It's called a Draeger to help pump in oxygen, but he also had a second one helping the oxygen because his blood vessels in his lungs weren't opening him up to absorb the oxygen and, spread it through his body like the human body does. And that machine was nitric oxide.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I think it was that. Pardon me if I screw up any of these terms. I am no doctor. I'm having a hard time keeping up with them.
Everybody's is gonna understand that, dude. There's no way you can know it all, but
yeah,
I mean,
it's been quite
crazy,
the roller coaster.
Dude. Yeah. For anybody out there, and if listening to this, and
you can probably pull them up.
If you've been in similar situations or anything, please reach out, and definitely just spend a moment to think about him and send that positive encouraging energy towards him, because he needs every bit of it.
Yep, every day he's still fighting for his life.
There he is, little Daniel.
It is nice because we are allowed to hold him under his stable condition, but man, look how tiny he is. His little hand to my hand, his fucking head.
Dude, his whole head's smaller than your nose.
Yeah.
Insane.
His name is Daniel.
The tiny little hand there.
We named him after me and my father because my middle name is Daniel. And my dad is already a junior, and he almost wanted to make, for some reason, there was like a thought of like me being a junior, but he's like, no, turn this shit real down. It's real annoying.
Yeah.
Most of the juniors I know, it's a headache with paperwork and in today's society. But my middle name, Daniel, came from his father's brother who passed away. I believe it was Vietnam War. It wasn't in action. It was just a sad event of some of him and his friends left, was it a platoon? Went to go have some fun, hang out, and just on the way back, there was a car accident. Took his life.
Imagine that, man.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? You're out there every single night and day. You're putting your life on the line, then you go and have fun with your fucking
de-stress.
And that kills you.
Hey, man, fucking life. We never know what's going to happen.
Life is a comedy, dude.
Yeah, if you look at it that way.
Did you know that? It's very ironic. Oh my God, that's where I should be. Did you know that one of the oldest readable texts in human history is called the Divine Comedy?
Yeah.
You ever heard the story of Dante's Inferno?
Yes.
To summarize, Dante, crusader in the Catholic Crusades, created, or did some very monstrous things in the name of the Lord, right? Gets home, his wife is murdered by a demon. And then, he's murdered, casted into hell. And being Dante, he fights his way through the 9 layers of hell to save his wife from Satan himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah. There's a lot to that book, dude. It's like, I think it's weird because it's like, I think it's like 666 chapters of the book. And I think altogether it's like, I think it was I think it's 999 pages or some shit. It's really weird. The numbers on it. There's a lot of stuff really interesting about that. If you want to look into that, we'll do it. We'll do a podcast episode about
deep
that.
dive into that one.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that sometime soon.
All right.
So,
Daniel.
How did you get the name?
So, with my middle name being passed down, we decided to give it to him as his first name, Daniel. And Damien was at the not hotel. Wow.
We were in the hospital. And,
Damien came and checked up on us at the hospital.
I'm very comfortable with this situation. Not, Daniel's specific situation, but, going to the hospital and like, I've done it many times for, my sister and, Brittany and, all kinds of situations. My own self multiple times. So with that said, once you told me, bro, I was like, well, I know they need their shit. And then I get there. It took me a long time. I left work early, and I'm glad I did because Jesus, it just took me so fucking long to get to where I needed to go. I ended up they wanted Subway, right? And so I tell my GPS, I'm like, all right, Subway, Springfield, or right? Springfield?
Yeah.
Yeah. Subway, Springfield. Blindly trusting Google, you have arrived at your location. The subway station was not where you can get a grinder. So then I had to drive another 16 minutes, and I get to this gas station, and it's a Pride, right? So I'm like, I didn't think there was a Subway in there because Pride now has their own deli, and they're all, they make their own sandwiches. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, well, if I can get the same exact order that they want here, then I won't have to go to another Subway.
No, an actual Subway.
An actual Subway.
Eat fresh, motherfucker.
Right. So I walk inside on a whim, and unbeknownst to me, it was a real Subway inside of there. So it worked out. But it ended up taking me multiple hours to get to them. So when I get there, I'm sitting there, I'm listening to everything that's going on. And I'm just looking around the room, and I'm looking at the board. I'm reading the names of the doctors and all this and that. And no name for the baby. So I'm like, whoa, y'all thought of a name yet?
Yeah, and then we got on that topic. We thought of Trevor. I can't remember Trevor Oasis or Oasis. And then there's another one.
Not Oasis.
Not Oasis. Disregard it. But yeah, Trevor would have been the first name. Couldn't remember the two other middle names for that name we thought of. And then Shalon was really stuck on Daniel Joseph. Like, even before he was born, that was her go-to name. She was trying to convince me. But for some reason, Joseph just wasn't fitting in with me. I'm just like, I don't know if I can do Joseph. But we end up telling you our opinions on names.
Mm-hmm.
And then this motherfucker across the room, he's like, Daniel Alexander Lipinski. And then there's a pause. And then Shalon and I look at each other like, shit, we didn't fucking think of that.
And it sounded good.
And, dude, I'm like, that sounds like a fucking professor.
Sounds really good. That's a great name.
So he's got my middle name as his first name.
Am I peeking?
I don't know.
I feel like I just peeked.
And his middle name is my father's name, Alexander, without the junior.
Yeah.
And obviously has my last name. So that's how he got his name. 24 hours later, of almost being born. Yeah. He's really happy he helped out with the name.
I'm so happy.
He's gonna
about
be
it.
able to share that memory when he's growing up, and his conscience can actually understand
Yeah.
it.
He's gonna give me some sass one time. I can already tell. We're gonna be camping or something, and I'm gonna tell him like, "Hey man, here's what you gotta do," and he's gonna be like, "I don't need you to tell me." I'm gonna be like, "Boy, I gave you your name."
Middle name. Dude,
Okay, but the whole thing.
All right, so his initials, right? D-A-L?
Yeah.
Dal or Dale?
Dow.
Dal or Dale?
No, no.
Shalon,
Dale
Shalon's
would
like,
be A with an E at the end, because Dale.
dude, it's just initials, man.
It's Dow. Though.
Dude, the English
Like the
language is
AS
already
vowel?
screwed up. All right, no, we're not going literally.
no.
No, fuck off.
No, I'm trying to help you here. Listen.
No, I understand.
An example.
Between the A or the ah.
Okay.
That's what you're trying to tell me. I already know.
Okay.
What I'm getting at is just a nickname of initials. So therefore, you are kind of, people make up their own fucking.
You want to call him Dale?
No, it was just a joke.
Oh, I don't find it funny. Why is Dale a funny name?
Just because how we finally figured out his name. You know, some parents think of nicknames like, you know, Cameron, CJ.
Okay.
But I was just throwing them out there, and Shalon's like, no.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Either one. Like, no.
Dow? Nah.
Better than Dale. It's got to be
Danny?
different. Different, motherfucker.
All right, what about
We're not going to discuss nicknames.
Why not? What about D-Lex?
No.
D-Lex?
No. You already helped with the name. You don't need help with
Daleks.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's unique though.
Mm.
But no, if it's D-A-L, I would find that similar to like V-A-L, which is the vowel. You know what I mean? A-S vowel.
We'll just see. As he's growing up, a nickname may come out.
Yeah.
It's usually how they
that's-
do. You
yeah,
don't.
Right. You
you
can't
really don't make
create
it.
a
Yeah,
nickname
people
for
don't
him
do that.
now. Except for what? Tiny?
Peanut.
Micro?
He is micro. He did gain weight today.
Mikey D.
Why would it be
Call him
Mike?
Mikey, bro, because he's micro. Mikey.
Nah, I mean,
Mikey.
you don't want to do mini D.
No. It's got to be Mike.
No, you can't do Mike.
Why?
Mike doesn't even come close or relevant to micro.
Mike, Ro, Mike, Ro.
I don't like it.
What?
I don't like it.
The Mike is in.
I don't like it.
So,
You're thinking syllables. I'm thinking words. So I was picturing M-I-K-E. Like, no.
yeah, but you can't be so one-dimensional, man. You
Yeah,
gotta
well,
open your eyes a
Yeah,
little
thanks
bit.
for
There's
opening them. But yeah, I still don't like it.
Micro, Mikey,
Yeah, I think it's the Mikey. I don't like the Mikey. Maybe just Mike. Mike D.
no.
I don't like Mikey.
Mic'd.
Mic'd.
He's mic'd.
No.
What if you just grow him up with he's always mic'd up and he doesn't know why? Yo, that would be a lifelong troll, bro. He would have no idea, like, Dad, why do I always have this little thing on my collar or on my
I can
diaper?
just say, oh, the hospital told us to keep it on you for 18 years.
Just call him Mike. You're micro, bro. I don't think he'll be micro forever. I don't think he's gonna be much bigger than you, though. We'll see.
A lot of people are saying he's going to be a tall motherfucker, but I'm like, oh, we're short. I'm 5'8".
Why would he be tall?
I don't know.
Shawan's family's not that tall.
I think her father kind of was.
I mean, our brother's not tall. He's like
Yeah,
an inch
but-
taller than me.
Yeah, but their dad, I believe, was even taller than.
Okay, but
Yeah.
the uncle. It's about the uncle.
Why is it about the uncle?
It's a thing, dude. Like, boys end up taking after uncles more so than, I don't know. It's a thing.
Then I should be like 6 inches taller than my father. Because my uncle was tall.
What about your mother's brother?
I don't think she has a brother. I think it's just 2 girls.
Well,
and they're both short.
Honestly, in your situation, I could definitely see you taking after an aunt.
I mean, they're both short.
You could be a taking after your aunt type of motherfucker, bro. That's why
I'm not gonna laugh at that one.
That's why I gotta turn your fucking high frequencies down.
Dude, I also grew up with 3 fucking sisters. I grew up in a house of fucking females, so yeah.
This motherfucker takes after his aunt. Come on, bro. That's just funny. It's just comedy. I don't mean it.
I don't know. I'm not
trying
gonna
to
butter.
hurt your
I'm just
feelings.
letting. No, I'm not gonna laugh at that
Talk
one.
shit back. Roast. Something. Fuck. You making it seem like I'm abusing
She's not in the
you.
fucking mood. Like I explained earlier, it was a long fucking day. Honestly,
it's been a long few weeks.
I had more energy yesterday if we didn't mess up mics.
I understand, but with that knowledge that you currently have,
fucking deal with it. You already deal with me enough. It ain't gonna bother you. You're gonna keep poking and prying.
It's fun.
Yeah, no.
Okay, it's a beautiful photo. So, with, take me to day one. What are some of the complications right out of the bat? Like right out of the gate. You know what I mean? Not like... All right.
Before we get more into Daniel's coming, I want to explain what happened with Shalon. Just so it's not all about her, because there was a little something.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm just here to listen.
When she got to the hospital, her placenta didn't come out like normal, because it wasn't a normal birth. But anyways, by the time I got there, like 30 minutes after of her being there, she's in a room, obviously. They're just waiting for her to pass the placenta. They induced more labor by apparently giving her the fucking abortion pill. And she describes it very nasty, dry piece of fucking chalk you have to put in your mouth and let it dissolve. I mean, it makes sense, though. You can't keep that shit in there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And they also propped her ass up on a bedpan with a towel. So, I mean, anyone can probably imagine that's not fucking comfortable. Hospital beds aren't fucking comfortable to fucking begin with. Then you got your ass propped up on a fucking piss pan that's made of metal with a fucking towel in between you and that thing. Like, dude.
And you're dealing with labor pains.
Yeah, she's constantly going in and out of...
Dude, take men out there, man. Fucking love your women, because I know I would never do that shit, and I guarantee you wouldn't either.
Yeah. Dude, I thought wearing a neck brace when I got hit by a car was fucking bad. They couldn't take that shit off until my neck was A-okay. But anyways, so she's very uncomfortable. They've given her max doses of, painkillers as they can in her situation. They told her, you're a half hour away from going to surgery to take that out if it can't come out naturally. And just to help prepare for that, we got the paperwork lined up for me being the decision maker. Can't remember what that's called. You remember? Fucking
the power of attorney?
No, it's like that, but there's another term I can't remember. I'm sorry. But we got those papers signed, so in case of anything really bad in surgery, I have to make the decisions. And we're just patiently waiting, hoping, the placenta will pass on its own kind of naturally. The doctor's coming in every 5 minutes, checking up on her, pushing on her stomach. They're hoping, the gravity of the bedpan helps kind of just naturally let it find its way out, along with a good push. And 15 minutes before she's going to go into surgery, she looks to the nurse and is like, since there's only 15 minutes left, can we just move? Can we get this bedpan out of here? I'm like, it's really uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. And the nurse is like, I'm sorry, but, you only have 15 minutes. Let's just, let's keep it in there. it's worked for some females. And she's like, all right. Fucking 5 minutes later, the doctor comes in, pushes on her stomach again. Things are looking a lot better. She's doing some pushing, and it fucking comes out on its own. 5 minutes before she actually has to go into surgery.
Lucky.
Yeah. So that was a big relief that, no surgery. We knew the baby was still alive and healthy. He's already in the best care that he can be. Shalon's finally in the best care and best situation. No surgery or anything with that. So they finally get to button her up. They called out to get an official room prepped and ready with everything that's already done. They clean her up. We get into the room. And that goes on and on. I don't know. But yeah, it took us a little while till we were able to go see Daniel. Because it's not even, it's just barely.
From the time she got to the hospital, from the time Daniel was in the hospital, how long did it take for you to be able to see him? And how many hours?
Shit, that part's getting blurry.
Well, okay, so he was probably at the hospital by 2 a.m. or 1:30, 1:45?
No, because he was born at, I'm trying. He was born at 1:35 on her couch.
Right.
And basically, I think
30 minutes later.
Within 10 minutes, they all left.
Okay, so 35 minutes later, they're in the hospital.
So I think about 2 o'clock, they all got at the hospital.
Okay.
I didn't get there till like 2:20.
Right, but
I want to say it was either 5 or 6 in the morning.
Okay.
We were able to walk down to the NIC unit.
And how often were you getting updates during this process?
Probably once every hour.
Okay.
Even when we were in the room, every time the nurse came in to check up on her and shit, because it's just freshly given birth.
Did they tell you what would happen in the worst case scenario?
Not them. They didn't tell us that information until we walked into the NIC unit to go see him for the first time.
So for the first 4 hours, you were just getting updates, and you didn't even know, you were literally just waiting for somebody to walk in the door and tell you something bad or good.
Not really, because with how fast all that information was given to me, it took me a good week or two to actually process everything. So in a way, that 4 hours may seem like not a lot, but to me, it still seems like 5 minutes.
So that for me, I feel like that would feel like a fucking eternity. Those 4 hours.
I can understand why someone could, because everyone is pretty impressed on kind of how I handle it. I'm impressed with myself looking back at this situation. But following natural instinct, my gut, and just natural feeling, I didn't have that worry or that concern. It wasn't the time where I needed to be worried. Yes, that not to sound bad, but I knew he was in good hands. He was born alive, and I already know my kid. He's a strong motherfucker. If I knew, I would have known something if it was really on a tipping point. I would have naturally known. But what I naturally felt...
Yeah. He's a fighter.
I was already at...
Yeah, I feel that too. Definitely.
Yeah. So even it was scary, walking into the NIC unit for the first time. There's fucking 10 people around her kid.
Yeah, that photo.
All the fucking machines,
The photo that was sent to me, man, that was hard to look at. It was very hard to look at.
Yeah, his skin was fucking almost transparent.
Yeah, you look hard enough, you
can see all the spider web blood vessels throughout his whole body.
Yeah, Let's not get too graphic.
Hey man, remember
No.
I paint pictures.
Yeah, no, dude, that's for sure.
But no, I mean when we walked in there and finally got to talk to the doctor face to face on the update, for him to give us the update from when he came to the hospital, that was a lot of information. We're gonna start crying because he wasn't doing good. He was just barely making it. There was a nurse that was manually pumping his lungs for the first like 6, 7. It might have been the whole 12 hours because it took 12 hours for them to stabilize his lungs on a machine.
Wow.
So there was a nurse by his side that whole time, just
Keeping
pumping his lungs. You know, they would take a break to try out a machine, but it wouldn't work, so she would go back to manually pumping. But no, yeah, I did. I broke down.
That's
and we both did.
Incredible, dude.
But even we really didn't sleep at that point. So when we went back to the room, we decided to fucking try to process it a little bit more and take a nap. I mean, I think we got some sleep, an hour or two. You know, as soon as we wake up, though, we go back down and check on him. It wasn't until the third time we checked up on him that they found a stable condition for him that was working. Because the first 2 times we walked in, it was fucking 10 people around him. It was fucking scary. And for that third time to only see like 3 doctors around him, like it's like, did he die? It's like, oh wait, no, they probably would have told us. So that's already out the window in our mind. So we already knew it was on the track of good news.
Yeah. And so now he's 3 weeks old today.
Yep.
And how's he doing? Keep that fucking thing away from the mic.
I can't help it.
Buy a fucking good mic or keep it away from.
I'll get there. Waiting on my taxes, motherfucker. But 3 weeks. He's doing good. We had 1 scare. I can paint later. But as of right now, he's been on a 7-day just IV nutrient strip because there's gut issues.
Mm-hmm.
And a 7-day antibiotic to help out with the infection because there is an infection. But he's got 3 more days of that until they really do like reval, collect all the data, compare it, how it started to where it is now, and they'll redo, the formula of antibiotics and his IV and all that, and possibly start introducing mommy's milk.
I just want to say it's fucking truly incredible. The people who give their lives to pumping a child, literally keeping that child alive.
Yeah, all the fucking nurses and doctors in there.
That's something, dude.
That's their passion.
Could you imagine?
It's wild. We like the team we got. Everyone working together for them. We have us, spiritually, but all the doctors, they need that extra fucking medicine and all that fucking...
Could you imagine a world if, like, all the doctors were gone? Like, that we'd be so fucked. So fucked.
What if that's the problem?
I got me... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Overpopulation. It's the fucking doctors, man. Think about it. If we didn't have doctors...
And yet you got conspiracy theorists out there saying we got these things called med beds that could fucking cure the entire world, but these doctors are fucking
monsters,
fucking reptilians who are harvesting our DNA and cloning us, and we're power sources, and this I can't fucking stand it. I can't stand where
people want to believe what they want to believe.
I love fucking all there is to consciousness, but like, there's just some stuff. It's like people just choose to be blind. They choose their side, and once they're in it, they can't turn back now. It's like,
Hey, but to some of those people, they're still happy.
yeah. Oh yeah, on some level.
Some people can't handle the amount of knowledge that one can. There are fragile minds out there. Not everyone has the same mind. Like, we're all different, but we're all the fucking same.
Yes, sir. See that, and that idea right there is why, like, a lot of people when they have like an experience on psilocybin, or even some people eating edibles and LSD, a lot of people say if the whole world could do this at the same time, all of the problems in the world would be solved. That's a very real thing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the same mind. We're all just these egotistical fractures of it.
If we all just took that 12 hours.
That's
or even
why,
better, just make it 24.
That's
At the end of that 24, the whole world's going to fucking tilt.
There it goes. At the end of the 24, the whole world's going to tilt? What do you mean, that it's flat? And like, wait, what are you saying? I'm sorry. What?
The path that we've been on, right, in today's society and war and all this.
Right.
If everyone were to trip,
at the
same
time.
fucking time,
Mm-hmm.
on average, it's 12, 24 hours.
Yeah.
Let's just stretch it out to 24.
Okay.
At the end of that 24 hours, the difference that's going to come out of it, the world would tilt.
It would, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it would cause a ripple through space-time. I definitely think that would be a nexus point, per se, in our timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be like, because everybody would just realize at the same time, or the same thing, just go back to the basics. And I think all we would do as a society is just work together to create like-minded ideas. That's what we do. Rogan says it, everyone says it. We're the sex organs of the machine world. We exist to create. That's why our God is a creator. Therefore, if we were all to just, there's the people who don't need to create. And those people sustain our way of living. And then there's the artists, there's the scientists, there's the minds. If they were all allowed to focus on the same things together, like most of them want to do, then, dude, just think how many scientists are in America?
I don't know. That's a big question. I don't know. Probably got a rough number.
How many scientists are there? 2011. All right, as of 14. Let's see if it goes further. Now we reach 2018. Okay. Wow, there's a shortage as of 2018 apparently, but in 2014, I don't understand this. Estimated 50,000. Okay, this is talking about the fall of scientists. I should probably read the articles a little further.
Yeah, dude, that's going to be a hard one to find an answer.
How many scientists are in America?
Guarantee Google's
Does the
got an
U.S.
answer.
produce too many scientists?
How could you? What? Why? Is there such thing as too many?
I just want to see a number. Okay, 30,000. Okay, it's not top flight technical talent, but attractive career opportunities for the approximately 30,000 scientists and engineers, about 18,000 of them American citizens who earn PhDs in U.S. each year. 18,000 a year.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean all 18,000 actually get a job and are
Yeah, you have a
dedicating their
point.
life
But
into
all
it.
right, so let's say 50% of them do, which I can guarantee is probably higher.
No, I
But
think it would be smaller.
no.
Unless one takes, like, jobs are scarce. It's going to be a hard fucking question to find an answer.
All right, how many doctors? 552,310 as of 2001.
Hey, what's that blue number down there? The 1 million number of professional active physicians in the U.S. in 2021.
Okay, 1,062,205. So if there's 340 million people, that's 0.34%. I think. I could be wrong. Roast me if I am. So anyway, yeah, bro. Or no, that's 3 point. No. Yeah. 0.3. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So let's just say 7. Yeah, let's just say the original number we seen was it 200,000 scientists in America as of 2011. So let's just say there's 200,000. Wait, what the fuck were we talking about originally? Why are we looking up the amount of numbers of doctors and scientists? Oh, because how many people thinking on the same thing? That's just in America, I would say. 200,000? Let's think of all the other countries now. Let's say there's, in the world, 2 million of the smartest minds.
Okay.
How many things? You could break that up into groups of 100 scientists. How many times?
God, don't make me do math right now.
I'm just saying it's a fucking lot. Let's say we give them 1,000 scientists to work on the same exact issue.
Of the 200 million.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh. That's like 20,000 things you can fucking work on at the same damn time with 1,000 scientists focus on the same thing who are the smartest people in that field. You know how fast we would be able to innovate?
But yet there is only one doctor that can cover COVID.
Bullshit. The fucking whole world is a goddamn joke. That's why I said it's a comedy, dude. The Divine Comedy. This is a fucking joke. We are just along the ride of this predestined fucking movie. And those who are woke, real woke, actually see that what it is. And we're fucking made out to be these crazy psycho fucking crazy people. Crazy. That's how crazy it is. You know what I'm saying? It's got me feeling crazy just fucking thinking about it. You know what I mean? There's so much out there. That's what I'm saying. I fucking love these doctors, man. Let's get back to that. Daniel is awesome. I really can't wait to like meet him in person myself, you know.
Yeah, I can't wait to bury mom.
Has anybody else met him? Aside from
My
like your
dad.
dad, yeah.
Yep. On the second scare that we had of him possibly leaving us as soon as he came, the doctors were like, if you need or want anyone else meeting him while he's here, because they gave us that 24-hour speech, they would allow it. Because right now, with him being stable, no one else can come in.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, he's in an incubator still, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with COVID going on and everything. Like, Shalon's like, why are you breaking out right here? I'm like, because I'm wearing the fucking mask all the time at the
24/7.
fucking hospital. He's like,
Yeah.
it's not even where the mask is. I'm like, yeah, it is. And when we went there today, she was looking at the mask where it is. I'm like, you were right. I'm like, I fucking know. I don't.
It's on my face. I should know.
Like, I don't want to breathe in my own fucking
Right.
carbon monoxide. Like, dude,
Gosh.
why do you think my face is breaking out? Those masks do nothing, and they're so bad. You might
These
need to
ladies-
blurp that one out.
These ladies just don't listen no more, man.
You don't gotta listen to me. Wear your mask.
That's all you gotta do. Just do what you're told.
Yeah.
Move on.
Fucking pathetic.
Okay.
Feel like a fucking sheep.
So back to the story. Your father has met his grandson. That's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Whatever.
I'm still astounded though about how, I just lost my cousin Cody, and he very similar scenario. His definitely a bit worse, but
Well, Daniel's still on a fucking teeter-totter.
well, I'm not. It's not a comparison thing. Don't involve the ego. It's just that.
Well, no, I'm just gonna back it up. That like, we really don't know.
Yeah.
He could follow a similar path. He's still gonna
He
go
could
down
be
his own.
perfectly fine. No.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully. I mean, obviously.
Well, no,
I'm
he
not
is.
saying he's gonna end up like Cody.
Nope, he's
I'm
a
not,
strong.
but I'm just saying that like, it's very interesting the timing, because I mean it had to be within.
At least 24 hours. No, more than that. 'Cause you found out when Drip came in here, right?
Hold on.
Yeah.
No, I think it was.
It was around the time when
I think
Drip
it was.
came
I
in.
think it was before that. Let me go to his YouTube real quick, because he put a video up that day.
Yeah, well, also, you were going to try to mention something in that episode, and we never got to it.
Was it not on this?
I think you're thinking of the Facebook. I don't think he put it up on his channel. Somebody else did. Like another close friend made a very beautiful piece to it.
There it is.
Oh, yep. Yep.
1 month ago. So it was literally February 8th. So when was he born? What was the date?
21st.
13 days.
Mm.
It's wild.
Yeah, my mother-in-law.
13 is a very connected number too.
And my mother-in-law believes in the whole, like, when one soul leaves, another one's born. And that same day, she knew, I think it was a close friend that passed away. So she was hit with that trauma of that day, and then, found out what Shalane and I just went through.
Yeah.
Your grandson being born. And it instantly went in her mind, like, she felt bad for her friend to pass on, but was thanked.
Yeah, immediately. Right.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah. It's definitely a hell of a story, man. It's wild. I was a miracle baby too. I was born with collapsed lung, umbilical cord wrapped around, and I was actually announced dead. And then the doctor, Oscar, that was how I got my second middle name. He
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He resuscitated me and brought me back very fast. I spent like the first 3 or 4 months of my life in Cleveland or Columbus Children's Hospital, Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, one of
The Ronald McDonald Hospital in Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really wild. They put my family in a hotel right there and everything for like 2 weeks, and pretty interesting story. Next time I have my dad on, I'll have him tell it from his perspective. I think we actually did touch on that, maybe. No, I don't think we did. But yeah, my mom has always called me her miracle child because she was literally on the brink of death, and she swears she's always told me the same thing, that like she got down and prayed like with the most meaning she ever had in her life. Like she prayed so hard to have me survive.
Dude, that's basically what I did.
Yeah, dude.
And every day I've been just telling myself, he's a strong, happy, healthy, normal baby.
It's literally the energy. Like it, you can call it the God or whatever it is you're praying to, and that's fine. But in its simplistic form, it's really just us investing that energy. Think of it like this: if all of consciousness is this spider web, right? In the center is the spider, and the spider from the center of the web can feel every single micron dropping on its spider web, even if it's all the way out here. It knows everything that happens on that spider web. And if you cause a tension over here, that spider, the central hub of consciousness, is now focused on what's happening in that moment. Christianity says when there's 3 or more gathered in the name of the Lord, the Holy Spirit arrives. That God and Jesus will be present with you in that moment. When you're concentrating hard enough. Goku, when he's concentrating and trying to power the energy of the spirit bomb, which is powered by the collective energy of the world.
Yeah, I wonder where that idea came from.
Exactly. Like, there's echoes of the same idea. And, when
strong, happy, healthy, normal baby.
That's right. You just feed that.
Fucking
feed it!
One of the doctors is like, this motherfucker's spirit animal's a fucking cat.
Spirit. Yeah, I bet, man.
Yeah, and then we're like, yeah, that's cool, but let's not fucking test out all 9 lives right in the beginning, please.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah. But he's doing good. He's holding in there. He's strong. Yeah, turn that shit down.
Too much?
Yeah.
Just trying to... Maybe I turn this down. That'll help. Just trying to get you up a little higher on the...
The days
I'm still getting used to this thing, man.
I know, but the days when I have more energy is better. There are days where I'm just fucking mellow monotone in here, and yeah, there. Yeah, that's right. Probably.
I just choked, laughed, coughed. So many things at the exact same time. I'm sorry. Well, brother, it's been a great episode. We gotta wrap this up.
Yeah. If anyone out there who wants to kind of help follow Daniel's updates, we did make a Facebook group. Just reach out. Damien and I, Facebook, Instagram, drop a comment on YouTube, whatever it is, we'll get it and we will point you in the right direction.
Yep.
You can help follow, you can give your support, or just, drop a comment, whatever.
Please do, because, I mean, you know what? Even if you just do it to yourself, definitely give that moment to Daniel. And, I mean, it's going to help. It all helps. Also, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking like and just comment. If you're already subscribed, please drop the comments. Fucking make friends, talk shit. I don't care what you do. Just do something down there. For Christ's sakes, we can have a lot more fun with all that involved. All you make this happen. Remember that.
Yeah, and if you want to come in, by all means,
hit us up. Collective Consciousness. Let's fucking share it. It's a free space. Say what you want. Feel free to do it. We're also moving to Patreon, where you really can be free. So you want to see that raw shit where we're not having to self-censor because of guidelines and all that.
Yeah, there's been a few times we had to self-censor on some stories.
Yeah. Oh, if you think this might be raunchy, wait. Just fucking wait until we're doing those Patreon VIP episodes.
Yeah, we have still yet to talk about my second COVID experience.
You think OnlyFans is worth it? Check this out. I mean, think about how many people, are subscribed to someone,
Yeah, but OnlyFans is like built to rot your brain. Patreon is built to fucking expand it.
He had a moment. That was good, bro. That was good. You should sell that. That's our pitch. We're going to use that when we go and talk to the high ups.
Alrighty. Again, thank you. 100 subscribers plus. Keep it going.
The sweepstakes, everything's coming out real soon. Until then, Stay relevant, motherfuckers.
Later.